The 2020-2021 NFL regular season has come to an end, and the postseason has begun. Many NFL teams are looking towards the future, and when it comes to bright young stars, the NFL draft is the best place to find them. Each year, there's one position that dominates the NFL draft. The 2017 running back draft class is taking over the NFL, and it needs to be talked about. There were 26 running backs drafted in 2017. The most notable running backs from this draft class are Leonard Fournette, Christian McCaffrey, Dalvin Cook, Joe Mixon, Alvin Kamara, Kareem Hunt, James Conner, Wayne Gallman, Marlon Mack, Aaron Jones, and Chris Carson. The best way to determine the success of a draft class is to assess the player's production in recent seasons. I will be highlighting the best running backs from this class and what makes them so dominant. When I think of a well-rounded running back, I think of Christian McCaffrey. McCaffrey was drafted 8th overall by the Carolina Panthers. He was the core of the Panthers' offense in 2019 with the ability to both rush and receive, scoring 19 touchdowns with 4.8 yards per attempt and 8.7 yards per reception. McCaffrey has many records under his belt. He broke the NFL running back reception record with 116 receptions. McCaffrey was the first rookie running back in the NFL with at least 70 receptions and 5 receiving touchdowns. He was the third player in NFL history with over 1,000 rushing yards and 1,000 receiving yards. McCaffrey was selected for the 2019 Pro Bowl and was a member of the AP All-Pro First Team. This is one of my favorite highlights from 2019. McCaffrey shows his versatility as he breaks several tackles and gets in the end zone. Unfortunately, McCaffrey was only able to play 3 games in 2020, scoring 5 rushing touchdowns, 1 receiving touchdown, with 225 yards and 149 receiving yards. McCaffrey was the best running back in the league in 2019. I am confident that he will fully return from his injury and back to dominance. Another versatile running back from this draft class is Alvin Kamara. Kamara was drafted 67th overall by the New Orleans Saints. Kamara performed well in 2020 with 16 rushing touchdowns, tied for second in the NFL, 5 receiving touchdowns, 932 rushing yards, 756 receiving yards, 5 yards per attempt, and 9.1 yards per reception. One of the most memorable performances of the year came from Kamara. Kamara tied an NFL record set in 1992 when he ran for 6 touchdowns in a game. Unfortunately, after that Christmas performance, Kamara was placed on the COVID-19 reserve list, missing the last game of the 2020 regular season. Dalvin Cook was drafted 41st overall by the Minnesota Vikings. His on-field production speaks for itself. Dalvin Cook had the best season of his career in 2020, rushing for 1,557 yards and scoring 17 total touchdowns. Cook averaged 5 yards per attempt and 8.2 yards per reception. Dalvin Cook is not like McCaffrey or Kamara when it comes to versatility, yet it works for his playing style, and that's what matters. Cook is the staple of the Vikings offense, and that really started in 2019 under offensive coordinator Kevin Stefanski. Cook saw his production go up, and the dominance of the Minnesota Vikings in 2019 is often not recognized, but a considerable part of their success is credited to Dalvin Cook. Cook finished the 2019 NFL season with 1,135 rushing yards and 13 rushing touchdowns. In 2019, weeks 1 to 3, Cook became the first player in Vikings history to rush for 100-plus yards in 3 straight games to open a season. Dalvin Cook is starting to be recognized as one of the best running backs in the league, and it's about time. Aaron Jones was drafted 182nd overall by the Green Bay Packers. Jones played well in 2020, but nothing compares to the success he saw in 2019. He was tied for the most rushing touchdowns in the NFL with 16 touchdowns. Furthermore, Jones rushed for 28 touchdowns from 2017 to 2019, the most ever by a Packer in his first 3 seasons in the NFL. Jones is one of only 5 running backs in the league to post 2,000-plus rushing yards and 25-plus rushing touchdowns with an average of 5-plus yards per carry in their first 3 seasons, and that's top 5 in league history. It is impressive that the Packers were able to pick up a player like Jones in the 5th round. I can't mention every running back from this class, but there are running backs that I haven't mentioned that deserve to be acknowledged. Joe Mixon is one of them. Joe Mixon was a first-round talent in 2017. Unfortunately, an off-the-field issue kept Mixon out of the first round. Mixon had a good first season with the Bengals, however his production level went up in 2018 and 2019. Mixon only played 6 games in 2020 due to an injury. Another running back that deserves to be mentioned is Kareem Hunt. Hunt was drafted 86th overall by the Kansas City Chiefs. Hunt had a great first 2 seasons in the NFL, yet an off-the-field issue led him to being released by the Chiefs. Hunt later signed with the Browns, where he created an unstoppable duo with Nick Chubb. The NFL Draft is an exciting time of year for football fans. The hope that your favorite team could acquire the NFL's next star is what makes it so much fun. As these running backs continue to dominate the league, I am sure that we will see other players from other draft classes climb the ranks and get more attention. But with so many unknowns, one thing I am certain of is that the 2017 NFL running back draft class is going down in history.
For more creative, informative, and high-quality sports content, make sure to follow Phenom on TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter, as well as all of the Phenom podcast channels for each sport. The link tree in the episode description includes a direct link to all of the aforementioned platforms, so click on that to access everything. Phenom boasts a team of over 100 youth contributors from around the world, covering every sport on every media platform. If you are interested in potentially joining the Phenom team as a writer or content creator, send an email to cole@phenommedia.net showing your interest. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe so we can grow the channel. We really appreciate it. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.